Thank you all so much for being here. And for those of you that just got here, and for those of you that have stuck around, can I please just give one more round of applause for that amazing performance that we just had, the dancers and the percussionists and the energy and the soul and the spirit. Thank you guys so much for being here and making this festival happen. My name is Kara Sixon. I am a traveler of sorts that has traveled all over the country and done many things. So the first song that I'd like to start with for you as the poetry segment of the young adult stage starts with a story. So can I get a raise of hands for anyone that's ever not lived in a home, such as lived in a bus, or lived in a tree, or, you know, lived in a trailer, or lived in maybe a garage space? Okay. So in 2011, I started on a 4-month tour across the United States of America. And on that tour, I lived in a bus, and that bus contained 25 activists. And those activists were activating all kinds of things. They were activating awareness for political things such as mountaintop removal, fracking, cultural sabotage, gentrification, things that are facing our everyday way of life and the maintenance of our culture. And the bus that we traveled in, the bus was named Julia. And it was a very interesting bus. This bus named Julia was the bus given to a woman named Julia Butterfly Hill. And Julia Butterfly Hill was a young woman from Arkansas that found herself so passionate when she visited the redwoods in California, in Northern California, right next to Eureka, that she decided, while strip mining was happening in these redwoods, that she was going to go to the largest redwood, the oldest redwood that they had, and she was going to sit in it. And the idea behind this was if she sat in the tree long enough, maybe they would not tear it down. You know, because the trees in Northern California brought the rain, and the rain brought the life. The rain brought the food. The rain brought the cool air, and the cool air brought the rain. So she climbed up into this tree, thinking that she was only going to sit there for a few weeks. And 2.5 years later, this beautiful woman, Julia Butterfly, had successfully made a deal with the lumber company to save not only this tree she called Luna, the moon, but all the surrounding trees in the area, and then also having a bill that said they could no longer strip mine, and they had to very specifically find the trees that were mature enough to be cut and leave the trees small enough to be saved in order to preserve their ecosystem. So as she got down from the tree, another group of activists and passionate spiritual people gave her this bus so that she could tour around the country, telling her story about the trees and about the life that the trees brought, and about the life that sitting in this tree for 2.5 years gave her soul, her spirit. So as I'm traveling in this bus that she had handed down to this group of 25 activists that I traveled with, I found myself at the very end of our 4-month tour, traveling through New Mexico, and then on in to Arizona. And as we crossed the border from New Mexico to Arizona, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the bus driver, a friend of mine, Chad, was getting very tired. So I decided to just kind of ad-lib some music to him, and out came this song. For my home, like I long for you. Take me home where I know It's where I wanna go. A traveling life is all that you need to know just what it means. The hunger burns for the old that you did not even know that you need. Well, the turkey's in the tree, and I can hear that train sound clear through that storm that I rode when I left home, never to return. But take me home, darling Jimmy, take me home. I can smell those wild flowers blooming on. Take me home, darling Jimmy, take me home. Where them Blue Ridge mountains glow, it's where I wanna go. Well, the deer are in the field, and we got 4 new fawn this year. I heard the mayor plowed it down. The view's never the same when you come back home. But take me home, darling Jimmy, take me home. I can smell those wild flowers blooming on. Take me home, darling Jimmy, take me home. Where them Blue Ridge mountains glow, that's where I wanna go. So to my surprise, when I finally made it back home, back to East Tennessee, I found myself in a predicament that I had not found myself in for 4 months, living in a bus with 25 very different people from very different ways of life. Here I was in Johnson City, my hometown, where I thought I knew people, and I couldn't even find a good roommate. So then I wrote this song. When I come home, will you rub my feet, clean the dishes as I turn down the sheets? Are you gonna bring me buttermilk pancakes from down the street on Hillsborough Square? All I need from you is $3.50 a month, but I ask of you, replace the outhouse paper with the ply side out. Well, I don't wanna be your sweetheart, I just wanna split the bills and share the food. I don't wanna clean your underpants, but I surely will, as long as you come on home, babe, and rub my feet, dishes as I turn down the sheets and whip me up some more of them buttermilk pancakes when the morning turns to noon. Employed as income, plays well with others, likes my kind of music, same political persuasion. If you got a snoring problem, you got a snoring key. If we got a dishwasher, gotta stack it properly. I'm allergic to cats, I hope you don't mind. I don't like weird collections that I gotta dust twice. So won't you come on home, babe, and rub my feet, clean the kitchen as I turn down the sheets, whip me up some more of them buttermilk pancakes when the morning turns to noon. Thank you all so much. Y'all clap it up for Karis! Hey, Umoja. Hey, Umoja. Hi. My name is Jasmine Henderson, and I represent the Johnson City Poets Collective. Can we get a hand clap, please? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we go by the motto, crafting words, creating community, and igniting creativity, and that's exactly what we do. We have business cards out here tonight. We hope that you can grab one and stay connected with us, like us on Facebook. We have a page. Follow us on Twitter, and come to some of our events. So, yeah, I'm going to do a real quick piece about a guy I had a crush on when I was in college. It gets a little weird, but just bear with me. He has this magical, mysterious hold on me, when even a glance of his face takes control of me, of my heart, my soul. He marks a mold in me, and I don't even know his name. Everything he's about ignites my senses, where I have to literally sit down and imagine it. His face, his feel, his taste, his scent. And I don't even know his name. Damn, he got game. He didn't even speak. He just stood there with a style so sleek and a mean pair of jeans. But I mean, I don't think that mattered. Because if he had on Wranglers, my feelings still would have scattered. Spreading from my head to my toes in a manner that only someone in my position knows. And as my anticipation grows, my thoughts also roam. What would I do if we were alone? Probably act a fool. What would I say? What would I do? Hey, how are you? I've been feeling you since that day. And he'll say, what day? And I'll feel played. And now we're both at this awkward stage. Him like, who is this chick? And me like, how's he not getting it? The love that I would share, he probably wouldn't care, but that doesn't stop my attraction. Why is this happening? I'm supposed to be a G. This corny love stuff is not supposed to happen to me. And that's what I believe, strong and firmly, until this guy came along and silently questioned me. He has this magical, mysterious hold on me. When even a glance of his face takes control of me, on my heart, my soul, he marks a mold in me. And I don't even know his name. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me try to get this mic. The mic was slipping on me. Again, I represent the Johnson City Poets Collective. You can like our Facebook page, Johnson City Poets Collective. Go follow us on Twitter. Get a business card and stay connected. We have open mic nights, open door poetry and wine. So let's stay connected, Johnson City. Next, we're going to bring up Mr. Aiden. He is a 14-year-old Science Hill freshman.
So let's show him a lot of love. Mr. Aiden, are we ready? All right, clap it up for him, y'all.
How should I start out? I'll just hold it myself. Hey, never performed in front of a crowd this big before. Might be a good experience. Well then, okay. This is a poem I wrote maybe just yesterday morning. I call it Left, Right, No. Left, 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 right, right, right. This is a day of normal people. Always going in circles, around and around and around. I don't do that. I go right, left, right. A mix to match with the mixes of rights. The whole world is full of matches and mixes, often mixed with other matches that are often mixed with mixes. But sometimes it's full of clashes and slashes that often clash and slash with hatchets. If the world is more commonly full of slashes, clashes, I would not like to be there. I'll be at my house, sitting in my chair, mixing and matching all night long. Yeah. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I don't think it's new. Still is there.
Okay. Y'all clap it up for Aiden, please, again. This is his first time performing in front of a crowd this big. And he's only 14 years old, our most active teenager. We're very appreciative of him. Next, we're going to have Mr. Friendly Ben. He's a nice guy, ETSU student, a traveler, and a poet. So here's what he has. Thank you.
Hey y'all, let me get this fixed. All right. Yeah, so at ETSU we have this week going on. It's usually in the second semester. It's a civility week, and it's it stands for a lot of the same things that this Unity Festival stands for. And so I wrote a poem last year for Civility Week entitled Civility. Does that sound good? All right. One more thing. I guess in some of that traveling, I went down to Alabama one time, and there's a couple of statues down there to commemorate some of the violence that was enacted on civil rights protesters. Back in the 60s, they, if you hadn't heard, they sicked attack dogs and fire hoses on those poor individuals, just fighting for what was right. And so like that kind of motive, and then a lot of where we're at now and a lot of where we've come, I think that's where this poem comes from, and it's called Civility. Civility, it's a good thing. So what's the deal? We've climbed countless mountains. I'm just gonna hold this. We've climbed countless mountains to make this a more level playing field, but we still aren't there yet. Now, I'm somewhat of a mountain climber, but my path has never been so rocky. I have never needed to climb for my life. I've always been able to choose which mountains to climb, and this has been my privilege. My journey has been more of a leisurely stroll down a beautifully diverse forest. But I can't help but think back to all those who have helped us get there. But the more I think about it, it wasn't that long ago that protesters met that Alabama fire hose, and when trained dogs were sicked on those poor souls just for standing up for what they know when they knew civility. Yet, we still aren't there yet. Many of us in this fight for human rights, we still need your helping hands. And from what I've gathered, societies hate those who speak up. Those who aim to change the status quo, to challenge tradition. This system does not care much for boat rockers. Hell, whistleblowers get charged with treason. But the difference is notable when we stand together. We've seen this in action. So we never stop fighting. So never stop fighting. Even when we've got where we need to be, chances are there's still someone clawing out, needing help. And standing with them is fighting for civility. Thank you.
Thank you, Friendly Ben. Our next poet has been writing poetry since high school. She has been a keeper of the Johnson City Poets Collective, so she means a lot to us. Y'all clap it up for Miss Allison.
Okay, so the whole since high school thing probably doesn't mean much because I don't look that old, but I just went to my 25-year reunion not too long ago, so if that says anything. But this is really, I guess I'll just hold it. So, thank you. All right, tech support. Woo! Okay, so part of unity, you can't really come to a unifying place if you don't know who you are. And it's really hard to do that, especially in the world today when we're surrounded by social media and we're outward projecting and not inward reflecting. I actually didn't write this poem until about a year ago. It was a class assignment and they said, tell me who you are. Had a really hard time with that. So this is called I Am, and I hope you enjoy it. I began from a hesitant step taken by a poor girl from the wrong side of the tracks, whose soul believed in the hope of a better life she saw in the reflection of sand against his grass-green eyes, whose heart was shattered by the silver spoon when the silver spoon won the war of his love. I grew from the thick smell of aging words on yellowed paper, hiding mystery and truth, pain, broken promises, broken bones, uncertainty and shame, anger and death and daddy no. I became a tree, solitary on an island, lonely, surrounded, and strengthened by the vast ocean of friendship and love. I end, embracing love of all things, great and small, with a whisper, not a shout, with my own grass-green eyes filled with forgiveness and acceptance, knowing that every voice is important, every voice should be heard, every voice has its own truth and story to tell. I end, welcoming them all. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Again, if you want to support the Johnson City Poets Collective, be sure to like our Facebook page, Johnson City Poets Collective, and follow us on Twitter, JC Poets. We're going to have our last poet of the evening, Miss Katie. Ironically, she is a math teacher at Elizabeth High School with a deep passion for words, and that is the title of her next piece. Clap it up for Miss Katie.
I'm a little too tall for that. Okay, that'll work. Words. What are words? Nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs. Words serve so many purposes, it's almost absurd. On one hand, words can be weapons wielded against the weak. They can be daggers to the heart with blades so sharp that cut so deep. But then, words can be the wind beneath your wings. They can be masterful lyrics to melodies you sing. Words. Words can be wisdom, whimsical wishes, or wonderful dreams. Words can be the threads to hold the seams, just the things that tighten the bonds between a father and mother, a sister and brother, or two long-lost lovers. Words. Words which were whispered once upon a time. Some of those words spoke of love, while others told lies. Words can slam a door shut, or they can push a door open. And some of the strongest words are those left unspoken. These words can bring peace or leave a heart broken. Words. Words can uphold, uplift, upend, or update. They can downsize, downshift, downpour, downplay. They can overflow, overload, or overexpose. They can underlie, or over time, they can even undermine the words which you once originally orated. But one thing words cannot be is overrated. In fact, their power is often understated. You see, words were created by the Creator. The word even occurred in more than 1,000 verses in His Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Forget not His word. Words. Words can bring forth life, or they can bring about death. And for me as a poet, life without words is like lungs without breath. So I will leave you now with a word to the wise, so that your words can bring victory and not your demise. Use more words of peace, words of joy and of truth, and never forget there is great power in each and every word you choose. Words. Thank you.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Gosh, look at you guys, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Give yourselves a hand. Give it up for the poet so far. I am Brandon the Beer Poet, Brando the Great. I wear several different hats, literally and figuratively. But I'm going to throw one at you here. Before I do, I want to mention, let's give a big round of applause for our original MC, Jasmine. I also want to mention our Johnson City Poets Collective. If you like poetry, if you write poetry, if you want to learn more about poetry, you can look us up on Facebook, and we also have, are the business cards right there? I don't see them.
Right here. On the corner.
Right there they are. Now I'm going to kind of tame it down a little bit, and I'm going to do kind of a more serious piece. Gentlemen like hobos under the bridge. They've got the gloves with the fingers cut off. They got trash burning in a 50-gallon barrel. Time and bodies and minds under the cold steel of the bridge, crossing a river of wasted love and ice-covered tears. But a fire burns in the corner, giving this flat wall life and movement. And God is love, and Satan was here, and John loves Violet. Dolly has AIDS, KKK, and FU. They all dance. They all quietly dance together. But the green I love you is the only still monster staring at me. And the green I love you has me in its trap. But I try not to fight it, only to understand. Yet I'm trapped under this bridge. And I watch that green I love you. And it brings me into the mazes in my mind. For you are the end of the maze, just as you are the beginning, and I'm trapped in between these walls, under this wall with the green I love you, so that I cannot forget that it is not there, so that I cannot forget those words that mean so much, but say so little. Yet I stay under this bridge, and I watch a man across the river with a trench coat as his blanket and a half-empty bottle as his security, and I am his past. Still holding love, still loving you, still under this bridge, still not knowing how or when to cross, and I'm lost in my mind's maze. Well, the tombs and hearts flow to this icy darkness, but that flame feeds light to the night air. And with that light, the green I love you feeds your beauty to my memories, and my heart burns on my love for you. All right, thank you very much, thank you very much. Am I the final one? All right, well, you guys don't forget, thank you for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We have an open mic stage coming up here soon, is that right? Oh, okay, I misunderstood. All right, well, listen, we have every second Wednesday, it's at the Battery now, right? We have Wine and Poetry Wednesdays at the Battery. It starts at 8, is that right? 7:30. And then every third Wednesday at the Acoustic Coffee House, the next door, at 8 p.m., we have what we call our regular poets reading. We'd love to see you guys come out to those. They're both free, donation, and let's keep poetry alive. So thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your festival.